Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews. Today we're here with an iPad Pro. This one is the 128GB space gray Wi-Fi and cellular. As you can see here, that's how you know it's cellular, just by looking at the outside. And above here you can also see that there's a SIM card holder. We're going to be taking a closer look at the aesthetics of this iPad Pro, and you can take a very close look as much as you want by pausing the video wherever we go. Now you can see me there. It's basically like a giant black mirror, but the first thing we're going to take a look at, and we're going to make sure everything is clean while we do this, we're going to take a look at the front-facing camera. Now if we can get that properly focused, which we can, you can see here that that's the camera. It's just very small. You can hardly even see it normally. This is how it looks normally. It just kind of looks like a little pock mark, but that's really it. And that's all it is. It's a good front-facing camera, not the greatest. Next, what we're going to do here is going to stay on the front of the device, and we're going to take a look at the fingerprint sensor. So that's it right there. The thumb would go right there. You press down, you gain access. Now, of course, everything will get a little bit smudged here when you use it because this is a front panel of glass, but I think it looks really good, and it has good chamfering on it too. So that's basically it for the front. I mean, you can see it's just one big screen. You can see here are its the edges, but it's wall-to-wall glass. All right, let's take a look kind of on the side for right now. What you can see here is the volume rocker up and down, and here is one of the microphones. On the top, we have a sleep-wake button and one of the speakers. That's one of the speaker grills. And as we move here, we see the plastic portion, which is only shown on cellular models. So that's just to help the cellular signal get in and out. Here is another speaker grill, and there's the headphone jack. As we go down the other side, the only thing that's on here would be those three little dots. Now that's to use accessories with the iPad Pro. For now, they have a couple keyboards. I believe one's by Logitech, and of course one's the keyboard case from Apple. But it's very minimal. You can just run your fingers over it. You can feel it, but normally you can barely even see it. But I don't know if you can see it right now, but the color of the metal is slightly different from this. This is kind of silverish. This is space gray. As we go down here, we see another speaker. And you can kind of see that wire mesh inside. Down here, very important connector. That's the lightning connector, where your lightning cable would go, or if you want to charge your Apple Pencil, that's where you'd plug it in. Here is the fourth and final speaker. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the speakers. And then finally, on cellular models, you will get this SIM card door, which you can use a paper clip to poke in and then take the SIM card out, replace it, do whatever you need to do with it. But there it is, very small compared to the device as a whole. Now, as we look to the back, I'm going to make sure everything is clear. Here's a very important piece. It's the camera. If you knew the iPad Air, the first one, there's kind of this etched ring around it that's gone, same as in the iPad Mini 4 and iPad Air 2. It's just the camera. And it's slightly recessed, so it does not really scratch if you were to put this on a flat surface. Slightly. Next to it here is the rear microphone. It's all very minimal, as you can see. On the back here, you do have your Apple logo, and for me, and on all Apple devices, sometimes this actually does become of some use, whether your hands are really dry or maybe oily or sweaty in some cases. Sometimes the back may get slippery, and it's a good different material that catches. When it's slippery here, it tends to not be slippery here. When it's slippery here, this tends to be more grippy. So it may be unintentional, it may be intentional, but it definitely helps. And finally, down here, you have all the relevant information that you need here, FCC, serial number, everything you'd need, and it says designed in California, assembled in China. So that's everything. That's been your closer look at the iPad Pro. Now remember, this is a space gray, and as many people have been saying, they've been lightening the space gray up for a long time. It is gray, it is no longer black as it once was on the iPhone 5. But that's how it looks. Those are all the black accents here. Here's the camera. There's the volume rocker, speaker, microphone, wake button. Remember, there is no toggle for locking orientation anymore. That's gone. Front-facing camera, lightning connector, speakers on the bottom, and your Touch ID. So that's basically it. That's your closer look at the iPad Pro. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Beam, and Instagram. Subscribe to Creative Reviews and 5149 Media. Don't forget, we have a GoFundMe page set up. We'd appreciate all of your donations because we rely on our own funds. Thank you again for watching. See you guys next time.